So today we have Bane taking on Kingpin. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So, I've already done this fight before on my channel, and Bane won. But in that fight, Bane had his venom, which Kingpin just couldn't overcome. But what would happen if he didn't have his venom? Well, let's find out. So, who's stronger? Well, even without his venom, Bane is still a physical machine. He's ripped out a toilet with his hands. He's cracked concrete and shattered Red Hood's mask with a punch. And he's actually routinely cracked and cratered concrete and even kicked a large hole in a concrete prison wall. He's broken bones in metal restraints with absolute ease and easily sent people flying as well. He's also routinely one-shotted people as well. He even easily lifted Batman high over his head and famously broke the Bat's back over his knee, and showed to have no effort in doing this at all. But Kingpin is a massive obese man that's just full of raw fat and muscle. He's easily crushed a large rock, a steel chair, and a man's skull with just his bare hands. He's tore down a staircase from a wall and broken a scaffolding. He's punched Spider-Man through a concrete wall, and he's even one-shotted a demon before. I'd say Fisk is now the stronger one here, since Bane doesn't have his venom, but not by much. What about durability? Well, Bane didn't take any real damage after taking multiple hits from Azrael with venom, a metahuman throwing over 500 bricks at him, and massive falls. He's remained conscious after being slammed with enough force to crack concrete. A baseball bat literally broke over his head, with him just fine, and he didn't even notice being stabbed. But Fisk has routinely taken several hits from Spider-Man like they're nothing. He's withstood being hit in the face with a 1,500-pound weight, a large building collapsing on top of him, and he got right back up after being shot in the back. To be honest, I'd say they're fairly even here. And now, speed. Despite these two being big physical street level monsters, they're both surprisingly fast. Bane has outpaced and outreacted Batman and other Bat family members in combat. He's effortlessly dodged and even caught batarangs, deflected and dodged bullets, and he's caught up with a fleeing Cobra agent who had a head start. But Fisk has routinely caught or blocked projectiles like throwing knives and shurikens, blitzed whole groups of armed thugs before any can get a shot off. He's danced through machine gun fire, and he's even surprised Deadpool with his speed. Again, I'd say they're fairly equal here. So, physicality is pretty even, with Fisk having just a slight strength advantage. What about fighting skill? Because both of these guys are very skilled fighters. Well, Bane's fighting style combines his physicality and brutality with martial art techniques and grappling. And grappling is what he's mostly known for. Like, he's a world-renowned grappler. When he was in prison, serving the life sentence of his father, he was undefeated in the arena. He single-handedly beaten and killed whole groups of venom-enhanced prisoners, as well as warriors, talons, and League of Assassin ninjas with relative ease. He's beaten a judo master, Deathstroke, Red Hood, Nightwing, and even Batman. Nightwing was even surprised with the level of skill Bane had. But Fisk is right up there with him, as he is a master martial artist, and he combines this skill with his massive frame to simply overwhelm opponents, even if they're vastly physically better, like Spider-Man. He even constantly trains to keep his skill level up. He's beaten 8 martial artists from the finest schools across the globe in just 17 seconds and without being tagged once. He's beaten Spider-Man. He's beaten Daredevil more times than not. He's beaten Punisher in every fight they've been in. He's beaten Red Skull and even held his own with Black Panther and Captain America. He even technically beat Captain America, or had the upper hand over him, until Falcon got involved. It's really close in terms of fighting skill, but I think Fisk has more technical skill, but Bane is slightly the more effective fighter. I say this because Bane beating Deathstroke, Red Hood, Nightwing, and Batman is simply more impressive in my opinion than beating Daredevil and Punisher, no matter how consistent Fisk is at beating them. I didn't include Spider-Man into it, but he's not like an excellent martial artist. Someone not like Daredevil or Punisher or Nightwing and Batman. You get it, okay. But I think Bane's biggest problem in this fight is simply Fisk's massive size and frame. He doesn't have his enhanced physicality from his venom to combat this time. But another reason why I say Bane is the more effective fighter is because he's better on a strategic and tactical level than Wilson Fisk is. This is hard to figure out because Fisk has beaten Spider-Man, but Bane's beaten Batman. One is vastly physically better than the other, while the other one is vastly more skilled than the other. So who wins? Well, it's real tough, but at the end of the day, I think I'm siding with Kingpin on this one. Just barely, because he's consistently faced off against and even beaten Spider-Man. I know Peter always holds back when fighting people, but even then, he should have zero problems beating them, a regular person. And yet, Fisk has consistently used his massive size and skill to overwhelm him, or at least put up a good fight. Bane can definitely get a few wins on him, don't get me wrong. Even without his venom, he can still get wins over Kingpin. But if Bane doesn't have his venom, then I believe Fisk is winning the majority here. Kingpin wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all the great stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.